On the northeast tip of North America, on an island called Newfoundland, there's an airport. It used to be one of the biggest airports in the world, and next to it is a town called Gander.
There's a 2-person police department.
An elementary school.
An SPCA.
A local TV station.
And a hockey rink.
It's a small place on a giant rock in the ocean. Everybody knows everybody else, and everybody in this room has a story about how they started that day. Welcome to the rock if you come from away. Hey! You probably understand about a half of what we say. Hey! They say no man's an island, but an island makes a man.
Especially when one comes from one like Newfoundland. Welcome to the rock.
That morning, I'm in the classroom. It's our first day back and the school buses are on strike. So I'm covering for Annette, who's running late.
Sorry, Beulah. How's the kids?
Not exactly thrilled to be inside on such a gorgeous day. So I told them we'd only have a half day this morning, and they were quite pleased. Until I told them we'd have the other half in the afternoon.
Welcome to the wildest weather that you ever heard of.
Where everyone is nicer, but it's never nice above.
Welcome to the farthest place you'll get from Disneyland.
Fish and chips and shipwrecks.
This is Newfoundland. Welcome to the rock. An islander, I am an islander. I'm an islander, I am an islander. I'm an islander, I am an islander. I'm an islander, I am an islander.
That morning, I'm in my car. The kids cross Airport Boulevard to get to school. And that time of day, people are in a little bit of a rush to get to work and stuff. So normally, I sit there and run my radar.
Whoop, whoop.
And if they're speeding, I'll stop them and write out a warning ticket. I'll write STHD. Slow the hell down.
Welcome to the rock where the rivers come to find us and we say,
We will not be killed.
Welcome to the land where the waters try to drown us, and we said,
We will not be drowned.
Where we lost our loved ones and we said,
We will still go on.
welcome to the land where the wheels try to blow.
And we said no.
That morning I drop my kids off at school and head to the SPCA where I'm greeted by my other kids, all barking and meowing for breakfast and a belly rub. Not that I'm complaining, I love some. But by the time feeding's done, I've got to get back and pick up my human kids. So I take just 1 second for myself and I'm sitting in my car.
I'm in the staff room.
I'm in the library.
And I turn on the radio.
You are here at the start of a moment on the edge of the world where the river meets the sea. Here on the edge of the Atlantic on an island in between there and here.
I'm running my radar when Bonnie comes by. She pulls up and she's waving at me like mad. So I roll down my window and she says,
Oz, turn on your radio.
slow it down, Bonnie.
Jesus H, Oz, turn on your radio.
Where our stories start,
It's my first day at the station.
where we'll end the night,
Coffee from the picket line.
where we know by
5
heart
minutes till my smoke break.
every single flight.
I'm off to work at the airport.
Welcome to the fog, welcome to the trees, to the ocean and the sky and whatever's in between. To the ones that left, you're never truly gone. A candle's in the window and the kettle's always on. When the sun is coming up and the world is coming short. If you're hoping for a hammer, then you'll find an open door. In the winter from the water, through whatever's in the way, to the ones who have come from away. Welcome to the rock.
I am here on an island. Hello? Hello, it's me again. Yes, my son, he's with Rescue 2. Any news? I am his mother. I'm far away, stuck here. I'm trying to find out. Fine, I'll hold again. I should be down there, checking the hospitals, putting up signs, doing something instead. I am here in Canada. I'm telling you, listen, my son, he takes risks. He's not missing, he's helping or hurt. He'll get out of this. Yes, I'll keep trying. And yes, here's the number. And yes, at the great school in Gander, I'll be here. I She leaves message after message for her son until there's no more room on his answering machine. All I know is you are there. You are there. And I am here.
Hello, you're watching Live Jam. I'm Juno, and here with us tonight is a star-studded cast of Come From Away. Hello, thank you for being here.
Juno.
Hi, Juno.
Hey, hi.
Thanks for having us. Okay, so we just heard two lovely back-to-back performances, but before we officially get started, do you mind introducing yourselves one by one and the characters that each of you play?
Okay, I'll start. Hi, my name is Mayen Cadd, and I'm a swing. I am covering 3 roles, the role of Beulah, the role of Hannah, and the role of Diane.
And I am a young lady's husband. I'm Stephen Cadd. I play Claude and others. It takes forever if we list all the characters we play because we all play like 10 characters each. So Claude and others. That's the mayor of Gander.
Hello, my name is Cathy Azanza-Dy, and I play Diane and many others.
My name is Rycharde Everley. I play Nick and lots of other people.
My name is Gian Magdangal. I play Officer Oz Fudge and others.
I'm Mikkie Bradshaw-Volante. I'm also a swing. I play Beverly and others, Janice and others, and Bonnie and many more others.
I'm Carla Guevara-Laforteza. I play Hannah and others.
I'm Chino Veguillas. I'm the male swing. I play others and others and others. All the male parts. I'm studying all of them.
Truly a
Seems
schizoid.
lovely. So I believe we also have some very talented musicians with us tonight. So
Of
please
course.
introduce them as well.
Hi, I'm Ronnie, and I'm the musical director of the show.
Hello,
That
I'm
is such-
Marvin. Hello. I'm Marvin, percussionist.
And hello, I'm Benjamin. I'm the fiddle on the roof. No, just kidding.
Hello, thank you so much for being here as well. So ayun, to start things off, you're all here because Come From Away officially opened a few weeks back on June 6th. But for everyone who's tuned in tonight and hasn't gotten a chance to catch the show yet, do you mind giving a brief rundown of what the musical is all about?
Mayor Cadd.
Mayor Claude.
Mayor
The mayor. He's the mayor.
Mayor.
Okay, the mayor will speak. So it's a true story, and that's probably the most interesting thing about it. It is a true story. All the characters are based on real people. Many of the lines are actually their words. So it's a true story about 9/11 when the U.S. airspace was closed and there were flights in the air that had to get to the ground. And there was a small, tiny little town of less than 10,000 people up in Newfoundland on an island, and they took in over 7,000 people with no notice. And the story is about how they did that and the kindness, generosity, hospitality that was just a part of everyone's life. So it's a it's both heartwarming, it's some kind of challenging in a way. I mean, people watch it and they actually want to go out and be better. So yeah, be kinder. So it's unusual in that regard.
I think among the cast members, I have the closest to the character. Not just because I'm a mother, but because I was actually there when it happened. And my husband, well, in the story, it's my son that I'm looking for. It's my son that I'm waiting to hear from. But in real life, when that happened to me, I had just given birth to my son. And it was my husband who was off to work in Tribeca, near Ground Zero, where it all happened. and I was frantically waiting to hear from him if he was safe. And hours, 8 to 10 hours later, that was the only time that he was able to come home on foot. Queens, from Manhattan to Queens on foot. So it's the closest one to my character. That's why it didn't really take much for me to prepare for the character. But for the other characters that I had to play, I'm used to doing different characters in my other musicals. I'm always I'm cast with different characters all the time. And the hardest part about this is we have to do it in a split second. We literally change a little piece of our costume and our accent, our posture, the way we talk, the way we walk in a split second. And sometimes 3 characters within 10 seconds. You'll see 3 different characters. So that's the most challenging about it. So yeah, that's from my own experience.
Yeah. Well, I think a lot of in my process.
Wow.
I think you gotta have in my process. So what's your process? I mean, you gotta have a lot of fun. I mean, I can't emphasize on that because if you don't, it's gonna be really difficult. And you really have to see the joy in going in and going out of each character and moving forward as the story goes. And also, it also has a lot to do with collaborating with your co-actors, whom you're also creating these people. And these people, as you know, as Steve said, as the mayor said, they're really based on real people. And there are, luckily, I think that, in this day and age, you can watch on YouTube and you can see the real people talking and the interviews of them. And we were very lucky. GMG had given us the privilege to be able to talk to these people. And, we had a Zoom meeting or Zoom call with some of the real people. And the lines were really the real things that they said, like Oz Fudge. I also read one of those books about him. And apparently there's a story behind him wearing a black hat and this black outfit is because he always used to wear a bulletproof vest, sorry, as a policeman, though he wouldn't want to carry guns. And he had a police hat because it's something that he'd leave on a counter to meet somebody so that they'd know that Oz is in the building, or quote me if I'm wrong, but that's how I read when he was trying to meet someone and trying to send him a hug. And these are just like wonderful, beautiful people in Canada, Newfoundland. And, I guess you just have to find that good in you to be able to get into these people's shoes and give justice and tell the story and how it's written.
Siguro for us swings, it's terrifying, but it's also gratifying because we have a chance to watch them every night, every show, every rehearsal, and we learn from them. And and since we were watching the runs, it's like, watching the shows, it's like every time we learn something new from what they're doing, and hindi ka nagsasawa. It's a term that I always tell these guys. Hindi kayo nakakasawa. It's for people who haven't seen it. It's really a show that when you come out, you feel like, I need to help somebody. I need to do this. It's like what that movie was, A Wonderful World. It was shown every Christmas. After watching it, you feel so good. You feel so it's that kind of show. So for us swings, we're learning it. We're learning the show, but we're so lucky because they can't watch. So we're watching. We're so lucky that we're seeing it live, and the effect is all the same. It's every time the same.
I think also for in terms of character preparation, again, GMG Productions provided the cast with amazing resources, not just talking and meeting the actual characters that we're portraying, but also giving us this wonderful dialect coach, Joel. Goldies. Would you like to talk about that, Cathy?
That's
well, host ka pala, Mayen.
It's your turn now.
It's my turn. Take it away. So we had a wonderful dialect coach, Joel Goldies, who worked with us individually. So of course, we had to get the Gander accent down, which is a challenge. And it continues to be something that we have to refresh every so often. Like we have to listen to the recordings again, just to kind of get things going and have things, feel right as we say it. And we work together too to kind of get that sense of community and that accent all together. And then we each do other accents as well. So, but working with him, it was great. He was just so encouraging. gave us so many great tips on how to, you do baby steps. You start slow. You might feel really weird doing all these accents at first, but then it eventually becomes part of your system. And he was all about, you're creating new connections in your brain. So this is a good thing. This is something that's challenging, but it's good that you challenge yourself. So we all felt very safe with Joel. And we really want to thank him for shaping the show as well, along with us.
Yeah.
You really, we embody our characters. Rick's British now.
Yeah,
It's the hardest accent.
My accent is really working for me. I think I'll keep this one.
Work
Yeah.
on it a little bit.
I would like to add something, actually, in terms of us doing this show, is how close we've become, as a cast, as friends, as people, and coming together in the way that we have really, really helps the show. It really puts the message across, because it is about community. It is about caring for one another, the Bayanihan spirit, and that's very much something that we have as a group, which is great.
It was interesting listening to each of you talk about your creative processes, because I feel like the preparation seems a lot more rigorous. Since you're not just learning the script, you're learning all of these different accents and learning how to switch from character to character.
The chairs, that's the hardest part.
Yes.
Chairs.
The chair is such a character.
I never want to see a chair
Let's not talk about chairs.
Speaking of, actually, I feel like our audiences are just as amazed, because we're getting some comments. And then this one is from Annihilation. I watched Come From Away last Saturday. You guys are all amazing. I'm still in awe of how 12 people played over 70 characters so seamlessly. It's total suspension of disbelief.
Nice one, guys. Nice one.
And we have another commenter, Roxy Zat Liao. She's going to watch the show this Sunday, and she's excited.
Yes.
Come and say hi.
Yes, say hi after.
So I believe you still have 3 songs for us tonight, and you'll be performing 2 of them back to back. So are you ready to get back into it for now? Hey. Here's Mikkie Bradshaw-Volante with Me in the Sky, and Cathy Azanza-Dy and Rycharde Everley with Stop the World.
My parents must have thought they had a crazy kid, 'cause I was one of those kids who always knew what I wanted. They took me down to the airport to see all the planes depart, and watching them fly, something inside of me was starting. I was 8 when I told them that I'd be a pilot, but I was too young and too short, and there were no female captains. And my dad said, be patient, he said, just see what happens. But I took my first lesson, came down from the sky, and told my father I'd fly for the rest of my life. Then I got my first job, flying for a mortician in a tiny bonanza, just a corpse and me. $5 an hour for flying dead bodies. I had to climb over their faces just to get to my seat. And suddenly the wheels lift off, the ground is falling backwards. I am suddenly alive. Suddenly I'm in the cockpit. Suddenly everything's changed. Suddenly I'm not too young or too short, and the passengers in the back don't complain. Suddenly I'm flying company charters. Suddenly everything's high. Suddenly there's nothing in between me and the sky. American Airlines had the prettiest planes, so I applied as a flight engineer. But the World War II pilots, they all complained. They said girls shouldn't be in the cockpit. Hey lady, hey baby, hey, why don't you grab us a drink? And the flight attendants weren't my friends back then, and they said, are you better than us, do you think? But I kept getting hired, and the World War II crew, they retired, and the girls all thought much higher of me. 1986, the first female American captain. forgotten in history. Suddenly I'm in the cockpit. Suddenly I've got my wings. Suddenly all of those pilots protested me. Well, they can get their own drinks. Suddenly I'm the one saying, stay grounded, looking down, passing them by. Suddenly there's nothing in between me and the sky. Suddenly I've got an all-female crew. The news caught and made headlines across the world. Suddenly it stopped. No one's saying you can't or you won't or you know you're not anything 'cause you're a girl. Suddenly I'm getting married and we're putting pins on the map where we've flown. Suddenly I am a mother and suddenly shocked at how much they've grown. Suddenly I'm wondering how my parents would feel seeing me teaching men to be pilots. 'Cause suddenly I am a senior instructor and somehow I'm 51. Suddenly I'm flying Paris to Dallas, across the Atlantic and feeling calm. When suddenly someone on air-to-air traffic says at 8:46 there's been a terrorist action. And the one thing I loved more than anything was used as the bomb. Suddenly I'm in a hotel. Suddenly something has died. Suddenly there's something in between me and the... Hello? I'm on my way.
Stop the world, take a picture, try to capture, to ensure this moment lasts. We're still in it, but in a minute, that's the limit, and this present will be past. So here we are, where the world has come together. And so here she'll be in this picture forever.
Look at this. 540 million years ago, the continents of the world crashed together right here. And 200 million years ago, they separated again, moving apart from each other. But a little part of them was left behind. I should move. You are missing all the scenery.
No, stay where you are.
Really?
Really? It's perfect.
Stop the world, seize the moment. But the minute he goes, you're alone, and it's through. Pinch yourself, tell yourself you're just dreaming. That means he'll forget about you. But here we are, where the continents once crashed together. Before they went their separate ways forever. So stop the world.
Stop the world.
Stop the world.
Stop the world.
Stop the world from spinning round.
I'm on a lookout, overlooking something worth taking the time to stop, flying by and look down. Stop being scared and look round. Just tell her now and look now. Take a picture of the scenery, of a lookout, of the moment which is over, of the ocean, of the river, of the trees. Stop the world, please.
Hello, if you're just tuning into Live Jam, that was Mikkie Bradshaw-Volante with Me in the Sky and Cathy Azanza-Dy and Rycharde Everley with Stop the World from the musical Come From Away. Gosh, what a beautiful back-to-back performance again. I think our commenters seem to think the same because there are a lot of comments coming in. This one is from Ali. The show was amazing, saw it on opening night, and I'll be watching again on the 29th.
Thank you, Ali.
Thank you.
And then there's a commenter named Denny who commented the praise emoji.
Hallelujah, hallelujah.
Continuous praise emojis. So ayun, we're 4 songs in. And I think I'd like to start this section of the interview off with asking, how do you think music has played a unique role in amplifying the message of Come From Away that maybe acting alone could not convey? Anybody can answer.
Ronnie.
Before Ronnie chimes in, can I just say, once upon a time, the great Menchu Lauchenko told me that when words aren't enough, you sing. So, and I think with something like this, words really aren't enough. So it just makes sense that we would sing. But Ronnie, I'll shut up. You go ahead. Yeah.
Sorry. Can you? The question is, how does music help in the storytelling? Sorry, what is that?
Yeah. How do you think music has played a unique role in amplifying the message of Come From Away?
So the music has very much sort of Celtic, Irish flavor to it. Because is Carla trying to disappear? Because that is the musical culture of Newfoundland, and specifically where all of this took place. So right from the get-go, with "Welcome to the Rock," we're brought into Gander. Ganderites are singing. Everyone's their accents are nice and strong, and musically, you have instruments, flutes, and right here you have this instrument here, which is kind of the pulse of the show. How do you pronounce it? What do you call it?
It's Baron.
Baron. But can you play a little bit of that? So this is the pulse of the show. It opens the show with this beat, which is kind of the heartbeat of all the Ganderites and everyone here. And then when things, let's say tension, like when they're on the airplane and and there's a lot of tension, it's like this. And then it speeds up. The fast one. There. So you hear this when people are on the plane not sure what's going to happen. And when the flight attendant says, we try to calm everyone down. And then it goes back to that. So there's a lot of musical pulses in the show that show pure joy. The last song that you'll hear later is a song when they sing and everyone is going back home. You heard the love song, which talks about the couple and is actually very much true to their story. And as we got to Zoom with them as well. So a lot of the music helps tell the story by giving it a location, giving it a character, giving it a time, and that's why the show is practically sung through. There are some book scenes, but music from beginning to end, that's the first thing you hear, and the pulse of the show lasts all the way to the end. So,
Ronnie, can I tell me if this is correct or not? But the music is very much part of the storytelling. A lot of the emotion, a lot of the story, a lot of the tension. Remember, it's one of the first things you talked to us about. Listen for the tension in the music, and then it'll release again, and that's what's going on inside. So the music in this is the story, and we're just layering on top of that.
I just also want to add that music, whatever language you speak, whatever accent, dialect, whatever nationality or race you are, music is a universal language. Music is a soul language. It just reaches a human being, even animals, which is also part of our play and the story. Yes. It just, right? It's a soul experience. So
I think I recall reading in another interview with select cast members that there wouldn't be any Filipino touch to the musical because you were staying true to the real life story. But are you able to see any similarities between the people of Gander and Filipinos?
100%. We don't have to try. It's there, naturally. In Tagalog.
Maraming ano.
No, it's
Good job,
it's
Mr.
really
Cadd.
that I think, and we always say this, that we feel that wherever Come From Away goes, like the show itself, people always, the people performing it always bring what is true to them into the show as well. And it's a human show. It's a universal show. Everyone connects with the need to be kind. Everyone connects with wanting to be part of a community, of wanting to reach out to the other person and just try to do good things. So everyone can relate to that. We as Filipinos have the concept of bayanihan. And you'll see that in the show. That's immediately, I think, where we went to when we were rehearsing. It's the sense of community, the sense of reaching out, the sense of doing good, not because someone is in need, but because someone needs. The person is human, is a fellow human being, and you need to help them. It's that sense of decency that every human has, and we connect with that, and we just happen to call it bayanihan in
Every
our culture.
typhoon season.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, if I can add to that, I mean, that story, I've told this at some interviews as well, but like during Typhoon Ondoy, I remember I was still living abroad, but I happened to be here exactly that weekend, and I remember the day after, I was looking for a place, as many people were, to help out, right? I got turned down in 3 places because they were all full of people. All help. They had no. They're just like we're full. And I ended up finding. Went to Ateneo, I think, ultimately, because they were like, okay, we'll have a use for you. Form a line of 50 people and let's move goods from one location to the next. And even in the play, there's a line where they say, please bring toilet paper to the Lions Club. And then 2 minutes later, it's please stop bringing toilet paper to the Lions Club because it was all full. So Pinoys can definitely relate to that sense of giving and generosity.
And also, I think it was shared to us by Beulah, I think, right? She was saying, we are islanders at Diane, and you are islanders. And they're really shocked that people are making them heroes. But parang she was saying that like we're all heroes. We can all do this.
You're doing what anyone would do.
And yes.
So that what they did wasn't special. They're doing what anyone in their situation would do.
So I think it's so Pinoy.
Relate.
That's so Pinoy also.
You ask anyone in the world, who comes to visit the Philippines, and you ask them what their first impressions are. Hospitality. Yeah. People just open their homes, open their hearts, and just embrace you. And so, yes, it's a very Filipino story.
So, Come From Away, it really centers on humanity and the beauty of kindness in the face of adversity. And nowadays, I'd say it's rather apparent in our social climate that hatred is pretty rampant, and I think that's just putting it mildly. So with that in mind, what do you hope audiences can learn from catching Come From Away?
The chance to do good. You make a choice, and we all have the capacity for compassion. We all have an understanding, and the show leaves you feeling good about yourself, but also good about the world and what we can actually do, what we can actually achieve. So in watching the show, you come out of it going, there is hope. There is belief.
And you can change the world not with grand acts, but with small acts of kindness. Yeah. It's just a choice to be kinder to someone every day or to be better for the other person. Just these little acts of kindness build up and they make a better world. You don't have to do grand gestures. It's capable. Everyone is capable of doing this.
And what's nice about the show is that the characters are not perfect. They make mistakes. They make they get mad, and they're like us.
They have their own prejudices.
Yeah, they have their own prejudices, but in the end, they chose to be a better person. So I think when you watch it, parang, wow, yeah, I'm like that, so I can be who they are now.
It's like an antidote to the poison that's out there now. We need to hear something that says you don't have to go down this path. There is another way.
Those are some very beautiful thoughts to leave our viewers with. But before we hear the last song that you have for us tonight, kindly invite our viewers to catch Come From Away.
Gian.
So we are inviting you to please come watch.
Without missing a beat.
Yeah, I was so overwhelmed with all their answers. There were also all my answers too, believe me. come watch the show. You will take home a lot of goodness and kindness, and that's what we hope for in this world of Gander, right? So anyway, we want to invite you to please come watch Come From Away, brought to you by GMG and also Stages at the Samsung Performing Arts Theater. We're still on till June 29. Get your tickets at Ticket World. And it's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. There are matinees and galas. Afternoon, 3:30 and 8 o'clock. During Saturdays and Sundays, it's 1:30 and 6 p.m. So those are the different times. And Friday, it's 8 p.m. So please come watch this group.
God bless you, bye.
And don't wait till the last minute.
Yes, please.
Get your
It'll be
tickets.
sold out.
Watch
and
on
you
Friday.
will
Watch
You
tomorrow.
will regret. So, ngayon na. Go.
Follow us on
Dali na.
social media.
Social media.
Yeah,
Okay,
GMG Productions. Carla Guevara official. No, because I do games
Mikkie
in my
Bradshaw-Volante.
I do games, and you might just have a promo code for your tickets if you follow
This
me.
bribery going on here,
It's not a
Carla.
bribe. It's it's work. It's work.
Yeah, so I'll see you at the theater, guys.
See you
at the theater.
tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Yeah, see you
Someday.
tomorrow.
Or Saturday.
Show tomorrow
Any
night.
day. Just come.
So we're showing tomorrow night, 8 p.m. On Saturday, we have a 3:30 and a 3:30 matinee and an 8 p.m. show. On Sunday, we have a 1:30 show and a 6 p.m. show. So those are perfect times for you after lunch and before dinner. So come see the show at the Samsung Performing Arts Theater. Come From Away.
Circuit Makati.
Circuit Makati.
You guys heard it first from the cast of Come From Away. Thank you all so much for being here and for giving us a super good glimpse of the musical. I'm very much inclined to go catch it as well myself.
You will laugh, you will cry, you'll probably end up singing along in the end because that's how, sarap the music is.
Yeah.
Sarap, pagkain. It is food for the soul and for the heart.
Yes, and I'm sure our viewers tonight will think the same because I think you guys did a super good job at all of your
We're not yet done.
performances,
We're not
all
yet
of your
done.
insights. Super good job at selling the
Bring
show.
your whole family.
Actually, yeah, the whole family.
The whole family, the teenagers and
family,
the kids
yeah.
will really need to watch this.
Of course, I wanted to thank everyone as well who tuned in tonight. Don't forget to share your thoughts on tonight's episode in the Our Live chat room on Rappler Communities. Once again, I'm Juno, and to close out tonight's show, we have Somewhere in the Middle of Nowhere from the cast of Come From Away.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you look out your windows, underneath all that rain is Maine. We just crossed the Canadian border. Welcome back to the US of A.
Looking out the window at the world underneath.
And though he's here next to me, in a second he'll go.
Looking out the window.
Heaven, talk to me, please.
And out the window we see
A place we all know below.
Is this on? Oh, it's on. Sorry, everyone. Hi. Like most everyone, I am sorry saying goodbye. So I wanted to thank them for all that they did. So I'm doing just that. And I'm passing a hat for the people who gave up their time and they gave up their town. So let's give them a scholarship. Pass the hat down.